AP more. Melee weapon specialists. The Axe's Sweep and the Hammer's or Mace's Harsh Shove ability costs 1 less. Really? They provoke attack of opportunity from the executioner's allies during the forced movement. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's really cool. Because I can move them. To Versarian and my dog. Third targets. When the Archmilitant attacks targets that have their dodge reduced by any effect applied by the Archmilitant's allies, the Archmilitant gains 10% critical chance. When the Archmilitant interacts that have their armor reduced by any effect applied by the Archmilitant's allies, the Archmilitant deals 10 damage when the Archmilitant attacks targets that have their deflection reduced by any effect applied by the Archmilitant's allies. The Archmilitant deals 2 damage. You already have this. Armor Master. Killing an enemy with a melee attack makes all Archmilitants blah blah blah. Adaptability. Versatility increased critical hit chance by 5. Versatility? Okay. Order ally use a heroic act or desperate measures. The Archmilitant gains +1 and +10% damage on all attacks until the end of the combat. That's cool. Flensing Faith. With chain and power weapons. Critical hits. Nope. Okay, these are basic skills. Always ready. Begins combat with 2 stack of versatility. 5 plus number of versatility stacks. Bonus to armor. This bonus is kept when the Archmilitant uses cautious approach or confident approach. So that is of a different type from the previous attack. The Archmilitant gains a stack of versatility. Valid attack types are single shot melee attacks, single targeted burst, area melee, area range, or range burst. Archmilitant gains 3 weapon skill and ballistic skill for every stack of versatility. Oh, damn. Okay. Let's go with this. This or this? Dependator. Bonus to armor. This bonus is kept when the Archmilitant uses cautious approach or confident approach. Exploit weaknesses. And ballistic skill. Thank you. You, my guy. You, my guy, will go with toughness. Renitent Beacon. Each stack of unyielding beacon additionally increase armor and parry. Critical hits do minus 31% less damage to the Vanguard. Ooh, that's cool. Allies affected by any of the Vanguard's ability gain 5% armor. Taunting defense gain 21% parry against enemies that consider the Vanguard a priority target. Hits an enemy with an attack of opportunity. That enemy must make a willpower resistant test. On a failed test, the Vanguard becomes this enemy priority target until the end of the Vanguard's next turn. Formidable Distraction. All enemies in a 2-cell radius around the Vanguard suffer minus 8% penalty to dodge against all attacks except the Vanguard's. If any of these enemies consider the Vanguard a priority target, those enemies suffer 11% penalty to dodge instead. Thank you. And origin talents. +7 to ballistic skill, perception, and willpower while in combat. Okay, never stop believing. Never. Automatic protection. The protected ally ignores attack of opportunity. Armored hide. Attacks against the familiar have their critical hit chance reduced by 9. Allies in the 2-cell radius around the Cyber Mastiff have their reload cost reduced by 1 AP. That would be cool for Magenta. Chain more. Each subsequent hit scored by the Cyber Mastiff against the apprehended enemy deals 0 plus familiar strength bonus, more damage stacks. Stacks reset when apprehended is used again. 50% dodge against their Overseer's attack. Whenever a familiar ability is used on an ally, can be the Overseer for 1 round. That ally gains triumph bonus to characteristics considered to be key characteristics of a familiar. Increased by 5%. 5%? No, 5. Start of Overseer's turn. The familiar gains 4 temporary wounds. If Protect is used on the Overseer, the Cyber Mastiff's MP is doubled when moving to them. And I think I'm gonna use this, because I have a skill for my Mastiff that increases damage with the movement, but no, it's cool, but no. Whenever the Overseer hits the same target right after the Cyber Mastiff in battle mode standby hits it, the Overseer's attack always scores a critical hit. That's a cool stuff. Auto-medicate. If the Cyber Mastiff suffers bleeding, burning, or toxin at the start of the Overseer's turn, the level of this effect is reduced by 4. The familiar's maximum wounds are increased by 2. Overseer's toughness bonus. How much toughness do I have? 47. So it's like +4. So 8. Terror. Whenever the Cyber Mastiff hits the apprehended enemy or an enemy adjacent to the protected ally, it gains 1 to its key characteristic. Lasts until the end of combat. Each ally within 3-cell radius around the familiar has the resolve increased by 2. Scored by the Cyber Mastiff against the apprehended enemy. %50 dodge against the Overseer's attack. God damn it. Whenever a familiar's ability is used on an ally, can be the Overseer One round that ally gains 5 bonus to characteristic considered to be a key characteristic of the familiar. Cool. Start of the Overseer's turn. The familiar gains 4 temporary wounds. Those skills sucks. For real. Why do I need willpower? Basic parameters which define a character. Okay. Reflects a character's ability to withstand the horrors of the warp. Increase the chances of resisting negative mental effects and psychic powers. Interrogate heretic. Never stop believing. Disinly a fortress were 10 stack instead. Willpower divided by 3. All stacks of never stop shooting should be lost. They become 10 stack instead. You know what? I will take it. And I will go with intelligence because it's non-burst range array attacks. Fellowship. Our fellowship will help Kraken find a way to approach a gathering of unsociable servants or to effortlessly persuasion in commerce skill. Perception. Yeah. It will be perception. Perception. Yep, perception. Okay. So do I have anything to do in here? Nope. Let us go to the void ship. Governor of Yatsen State, Rebel Base. Scan is required. Let's go and scan it. This white cover... Yeah, go faster. Plasteel 3. Accept. Do it. Mine it. Okay. Scan. It has some objects, trophies, accept. Okay. Void ship management, because I have she's that bad? Oh, that's sad. Well, at least she can shoot. At least she can shoot. Back to breach. Hull repair. Accept. What should we do? Do I have to speak to the Voxmaster? Shipments of Kranak. The industrial world of Kiava-Gama provides the Von Valencius dynasty the heavy machinery and hosts useful minerals not found on other planets. Controlling this industrial world guarantees the manufacturing power and the protectorate needs. So I have to go to Footfall. I don't give a heck about the governor. Maybe I should. Maybe I should go. Mundus Nullius. Go to the Mundus Nullius system. Mundus Valencius. Restore the operation of the administrative apparatus in Dargonus. Talk to the Master of Seals. Save the Eldari survivors. This is Uncharted system. And this is Kranak. Heinrichs to Kiava-Gama. Deal with disrupted shipment from Kiava-Gama. You know what? I'm gonna go back to Furibundus system. Wait. Artificial object detected and Ash World. Planetary data to Opticon 22. Assess the situation. Chat new routes. Deadly? What do you mean deadly? Oh my god. Camerion, Emperor's Dark Flash. Reduce route difficulty 3, safe. This is an uncharted system. Oh god, I want to do everything at once. Okay, let's do this. Lord Captain, I hasten to report the disturbing news brought to me by the machine spirits of the ship. The matter is extremely delicate and concerns Lady Cassia. You see, since her first day aboard, her presence has been a disturbance to the crew way of life. Deliver your report. Cassie is an honored guest on this void ship, and the voidsmen must come to terms with all their oddities. Deliver your report. You see, since her first day aboard, her presence has been a disturbance to the crew's way of life. If you will allow, I have prepared a detailed report. The first incident occurred immediately after our departure from Uruk 5. The Lady Navigator chastised one of the ship's runners, after which he went to his living quarters, killed his family, and then shot himself. The second incident was noted while traversing the warp. The Lady Navigator gave the pistol the wrong instructions, and the void ship was thrown off course. Of course. What? For a matter of minutes, but this was enough for the forces of the Immaterium to anger the machine spirits, enough for them to start a fire in the service bay. After that, officers living near the Lady Navigator's quarters began to express extreme emotions: hysteria, apathy, euphoria, rage. This is quite detrimental to crew morale and performance. The last incident was recorded in Footfall. Around 100 living birds were delivered on board during our stay on Footfall. Each bird cost us a hefty sum, but I have failed to discover the purpose and subsequent fate. I was also told about a conflict between the Lady Navigator and the Seneschal, alas, with no details. If you like, you can ask Master Versarian directly. Things are even worse with J. Haydari. I intercepted a voxcast in which she promised she would, and I quote, end the Kashka if she ever saw her again. What? If I may, Lord Captain, the Lady Navigator's state of mind worries me. She is self-contained and does not mesh. with the crew at all, which is why everyone avoids her. Even senior officers can be superstitious. I fear that only you are in the position to talk to her on an equal footing and improve the situation, for the sake of the crew's safety and that of Lady Cassia herself. The tranquility of the warp jump was disturbed by reports of frightening sounds and visions that descended upon the crew. Hundreds of people reported knocking and screaming behind the bulkheads of the void vessel, the sound of nails scratching against the hull, and the elongated Eldari-like shadows thrashing about the long passageways. The phenomena were most prominent in the far corner of the officer's deck, where the new Lord Captain's companion named Irliet had made her home. Cool. I have to establish a safe route there. Lord Captain, permission to address you with a request. Our head surgeon is sabotaging the ship's operations. She has quarantined several Voidsman crew on account of a piddling sickness. People don't even go to the med bay when they come down with it. They just wipe their noses and keep working. Only a dozen or so die from it in a whole year. We are sitting on our hands here, so I ask you to talk some sense into him. Your vox clicks, and you hear a dry, nonchalant response. Greetings, your lordship. My name is Letard Forius, and I am the Surgeon Majoris on this vessel. As your chief Medicae specialist, I assure you that the quarantine is well warranted. This piddling sickness has claimed the lives of a number of meritorious officers in the past. This time I intend to get the epidemic under control, study the disease thoroughly, and develop a proper cure. That's good stuff. I hope you will agree that a single period of downtime is a small price to pay for the number of lives that will be saved and the increase in the crew's performance during other such outbreaks in the future. Not to mention the fact that we won't have to waste stimulants due to the afflicted using them as a crutch of offset their limited work capacity. Of all matters of health on this ship, do not interfere with his work, Ramor. How do you intend to study the disease? By gathering enough infected individuals together, letting the illness progress, comprehending its properties, and finally killing it. Make the most of it. If understanding this disease will indeed delve deeper into the nature of wicked afflictions, then you may have as many test subjects as you need. You may expand them all if that it is what it takes. And this is the heretical option that I would like to see, and I will take it, no matter what. Expand them? What is that supposed to mean, Lord Captain? Now we will have to teach new idiots the ins and outs of the Voidsman craft. Allow me to relieve your panic, Master Helmsman, by saying that I will not stand for any waste of life. The losses among the crew will be negligible. You hear muffled grumbling over the vox. Orders received, Lord Captain. I will redistribute the shifts between healthy crew members, and may the Emperor keep them from dying from exhaustion. I thank you, Lordship, for granting me this opportunity. A touch of warmth and livance for Eustace? This passionate voice. For Eustace, his name is Forius. What the hell? For Eustace. His passionate voice. Trust me, I am the healer who will live up to your expectations. Should you require my service, you may find me on the bridge. Lord Captain, I break dire news. A feud has broken on between the clans that maintain the Void Shield's arrays. Rumor has it that the late Lady Theodora was seen on the lower decks, and so on of the families called for a rebellion against the usurper of the Void Ship. That is you. So far, no one believes their mad tales, but unrest has begun at the fringes of the compartments. The ship's enforcers are ready to eliminate the instigating clan or pacify the entire Void Shield crew. The decision is yours. What's this story about Lady Theodora? Rumors of Lady Theodora's presence on the Void Ship have been circulating for a long time and appear to be a deliberate provocation rather than ordinary drunken ramblings. Perhaps someone is intentionally stirring up the masses to rebel against you. Or perhaps it is the influence of the warp. Enforcers are already investigating, but right now we need to stop the conflict from escalating any further. As long as the unrest continues, the Void Ship's shields will not be operating at full capacity. Find the source of the rumors and punish those responsible. I don't want any unnecessary deaths. Lord Captains, as Seneschal Versarian would say, there are no innocents in such cases. The clans are endangering the entire Void Ship, tussling over a strange and obviously false rumor. If you so desire, I will convey your wishes to the enforcers later, but right now the unrest must be stopped, and the people returned to their district duties or replaced. Are for the enforcers to sort out the situation before we forfeit the crew wholesale. Investigate the rumors and find the real culprit, and no violence. I'll see to it, Lord Captain. Well, apologies, Lord Captain. I will kill you, Volksmaster. The enforcers report that your pet Eldari is in a foul mood and is moving toward the captain's bridge. We didn't dare to stop her, but I accept that you have a difficult conversation ahead of you. Oh yes, the conversation about the artifacts. Yes, I have a scroll or something, like from her ship world. Yeah, she's walking furiously. This is the most furious walk.
Please spare me a brief moment of your time, Elantak.
Iliad quietly appears beside the throne, exhaustion and anger set upon her brow.
Azurion knows that I do not care about the curious glances of Monkey. I grew inured to them back in the blossoming gardens of the Lilithon. They curse me from afar. They follow my every move. They ward themselves against me. Let them. After all, what can be done with such